Hi, Scorpio. This is going to be your reading for the next 7 to 10 days. As always, keep in mind it's a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone that watches. This is just what I picked up on for your sign today. Things could be opposite and roles could be reversed as well between yourself and something or someone in the environment. If you're new, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. All right. This might be kind of a harsh truth kind of reading for you, Scorpio. There is a need for transformation. And this is like the eighth house, which is your house, is in focus for you. This is a transformational area of your life. It's often about, well, we call it the eighth house. It's your house. It's the house of mystery. It's the house of sex, death, and taxes, as most astrologists say. But it's also about shared resources, intense emotions. I call the eighth house sometimes other people's secrets, other people's problems, other people's money, taboo things, weird things, the part of your life that truly needs to transform. Transformation does need to take place for you soon, and this is the catalyst or the challenge. Can there be transformation? Can there be death that leads to the ninth house, which is going on an adventure of enlightenment and a rebirth, right? This is the challenge for you right now. How Spirit sees you the next 7 to 10 days, pushing upwards towards great abundance, but there's a need to repair damage. And the big catalyst or challenge is nourishment. Now, I also noticed that astrology, the way the solar system is influencing you right now and calling to your awareness, is the sixth house, which is about the work, health, and duty area of your life, what you devote yourself to on a daily basis, and how you devote yourself to life, your everyday, the everyday ergonomics of your life. 10th house is about achievement. 6th house is about practically getting it done, like working and health. Health is in big focus for you right now. And so is like the everyday workings of your life and the second house. So this is about work and money. Your assets, finances, and the things that you place value on are in focus. So damage, like pushing upwards towards abundance, but you need to repair some damage at this time. And with the nourishment card being a challenge for you and the eighth house saying something's got to change and give, Scorpio, it's really important right now to focus on what you need to nourish yourself and repair any damage versus what you want. Take small steps and push upwards towards the great abundance, but you need to be able to nourish and take care of yourself. Some of you need to look at how you're spending your time every day and how that's directly impacting the second house and money and finances for you. This will be very in focus for you. Some of you may buy a car. Some of you may trade in something that you own. Some of you are going to really think about how your access to resources and your privilege towards any resources or lack thereof directly impact the quality of your everyday life. Like, what are you working towards financially and why? So it's a week to keep moving forward towards the abundance, but focus on what you need and repairing any damage right now, in particular with money, health, work, stuff like that. There's some stuff that might be a little weird, taboo, secretive, difficult. There could be shared assets with other people that are difficult to talk about. That could be in focus for you, but you're also going to have some fun. Spirit is encouraging you to get out there, create things that you're proud of. The fifth house, that's pleasure, play, and leisure. It is dating. It is fun. It's also elementary education, sharing your gifts with the world, creativity, theater, art, all of that. Like, have fun, play right now. You know, we're wrapping up Leo season. Go out with a bang. So the fifth house, like connections, creativity, some romance, leisure, vacation, children, all the good stuff. The fifth house is the fun house. And I'm like, hell yeah. Scorpio is intense and deep and gravitas. This does you guys a world of good. Also, the 11th house is in focus for you. You are who you hang with. This is about social events. There could be a lot of fun this week, networking, spending time with friends. It's really important to align yourself with people that have common interests and goals, like-minded people with shared ideologies, okay? That's important for you, and having fun and getting out there. We are who we hang with. We are what we create. You know, your actions are your life. So go for it. Have a blast. Just make sure that you're connecting all of that in balance with your daily routine, your health, your work, healthy work-life balance, and where you're going towards repairing any damage with finances in the second house. Repairing damage just might be something to do with a home as well, because we did get the sixth house, maybe repairing something physically to your body, to your home, to your diet, something like that. Keep moving towards the abundance though. But Spirit's saying, you need to understand something. A rescue is not coming in. So some of you are going to face a difficult situation. We've got the Five of Pentacles right in the middle of everything here. So feeling left out in the cold, or money, finances, resources aren't feeling great. Like, it could be worse, but it could be better. And there looks like there is going to maybe, all right, I'm just going to say it. It looks like you may approach someone for help, but it looks like you might be a little desperate. It's also possible that someone will approach you for something and you really can't help them. You don't really want to. It's time to get really, really grounded into the 3D. Get out of the Maya, get out of the fourth dimension. Sorry, not sorry, but your life isn't happening there. It's happening here. Like, it's happening here on Earth. You're in your human body for a reason, because your soul wants to experience itself here. So you need to get grounded into reality at this time and really look yourself in the mirror. Either you do or someone else does, because someone's going to realize that there's not going to be a rescue. You're not going to rescue a person anymore. Maybe they're not going to rescue you anymore. There might have been a little bit of like a financial enmeshment or a dependency of some kind. Make it clear that you're about fun, friendship, getting your life together, repairing damage, and pushing towards abundance all at the same time. You need to have good boundaries with this person. They're going to dangle some kind of a carrot. Watch out for getting sucked back in, because it looks like someone may want to develop something with you. I also think that some of you may like take a course, take a class, dip your toe in the water towards something that brings in abundance for you. You just need to pick a path to move forward. There is something that you need to leave behind, and then happier days are ahead. Cool. Sorry, I was double fisting it there. So in the recent past for you, Scorpio, was the Moon, the Three of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Clarifying, this was the Devil, the Five of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. Some of you are dealing with a Pisces or a Capricorn. Maybe you have that in your chart. Well, what this looks like is that you were really confused and waiting to hear from someone that just kept saying no, 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 no. It also might be that you felt a lot of untapped hidden potential, as if something was coming. But you really just wanted everybody to leave you alone so that you could tap into your own intuition and figure out like the true growth potential of a cycle or a direction that you wanted to go. But I feel like some of you may have had a person that just would not stop trying to get your attention. You know, everybody says that Scorpios are like crazy and they get easily obsessed and possessive and jealous of others. I happen to have some really close friends that have a lot of Scorpio in their chart. They are not that way. Like, that's only unhealthy Scorpios. What I notice is that people get jealous and possessive of you guys because you're so loving and deep and intense and loyal. Like, you give your all. You also bring a level of mastery to a lot of your work and your relationships. I mean, you're my favorite water sign. I absolutely adore you, but I think that you might have a little bit of a stalker or someone that's mad at you, is waiting to hear from you, won't leave you alone. Watch out that you're not doing this to somebody else. Like, I want my way. I can't let you go. Like, some of you need to hear this. You look a little obsessed and insisting upon getting someone's attention that it just doesn't want to talk. If you're doing that, or you did that, Spirit's like, I see you and I'm kind of outing you here and you need to stop doing that. But I'm also hearing something, and I'm hearing it a bit in the reverse, that maybe someone did that to you. I'm also hearing that some of you really, really want to break out of like a cycle or a pattern that is unhealthy and not good for you. And you are willing to fight. You are willing to fight hard. Like when I get the devil and the five of swords and it's like a health message, it's like you have a serious, maybe even life-threatening disease or something that can't be ignored, and your body is fighting. And you are going to need to cooperate. You're going to need help. Maybe you kept getting doors slammed in your face and you were like, look, I'm really trying to overcome this. I need you to recognize this. And maybe you weren't getting the support that you needed, or you were getting doors slammed in your face. Some of you do need to fight for something to overcome it, to overcome something. Fight to overcome it. But there might have been this weirdness. I'm also hearing that someone just couldn't leave you alone about like what your plans are about life or your future or something like that. I'm hearing that someone may want to get you financially dependent upon them in some way. Watch out for transactional relationships that come with too high of a cost. Like I'm a Libra. We can be very transactional in relationships because we want everything to be fair and balanced. So that's not necessarily wrong, but like make sure there's equal give and take in relationships for sure. Like do look at the transactions and the qualities of your relationships. Some of you are afraid you're going to have to ask a person for help, or you're worried that someone's going to ask you for help. Because in your current energy, we've got the Page of Cups, hello, and the Five of Pentacles, I'm not doing very well, and the King of Cups, there you are. My feminines may be dealing with another water sign, or a masculine that's very emotional. Clarifying this is the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. There's some desperation here and a need to tune in and accept your own emotional vulnerability. You may need to ask for help. Someone may need to ask for help. The Five of Pentacles indicates that there is usually help there, but someone feels really embarrassed and too ashamed to ask for it. You may be worried about money. Someone else might be worried about money. This could just be a self-esteem issue and feeling alone and isolated and no one will support you. And then the wrong people drive you insane. Like, give me space, get off my lawn. And it's like overwhelming. There are a lot of choices that you could, like if someone's not doing well emotionally or financially, it's kind of overwhelming because there are a lot of choices here, but someone's barely hanging in there and they're really, really anxious. You might be very worried that someone's going to approach you and ask you for help, or you're worried that you have to ask someone for help and you really don't know what to do. You don't want to do that, but you're like, I don't know if I should do this or not. I'm overwhelmed. Don't think that don't get desperate. Don't think that you don't have any choices. If you're worried about someone asking you for help that you can't give them, the Nine of Wands might not be enough. You might need to have a direct conversation with them, Scorpio, and say, look, I can't help you in this way. I can't do this for you. You may need to come really clean that you're overwhelmed as well and barely hanging in there. You may have to approach someone for help that you don't want to. You know, stuff like that could be happening. But then in the near future, we take a turn. And I'm like, okay, well... maybe someone's approaching you and you're like, no. I feel like this might be you. Like, nope, nope. And now we're getting into this Queen of Wands energy, because in the near future, we have the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. For my feminines, you're like, I'm going to get out of here. I'm not giving up my independence. I'm going to put myself first. This does look like sneaking off to have a good fun time with someone. I'm also hearing that someone may try to tempt you to pay attention to them. I'm hearing that some of you have someone around you that's got some promiscuous and attention-seeking behavior. I'm also hearing that they do not see themselves that way. I'm hearing someone will ask you for help and then they'll turn around and like goof off with some other chick, but they whine to you. It could be complicated. For my feminines, though, some of you are going to be like, I know everything I need to know here and I got to go. I make my own rules, my own luck. I live my own way. I don't have to answer to anybody. wild child, wild woman, getting out of a scenario that you don't really want to be in because you're realizing it's kind of not going anywhere. It's just leaving you empty-handed. But clarifying this was kind of interesting. This seems pretty specific. Not really sure what's going on here, but for those of you this resonates with, you'll probably know. I was like, all right, well, what's this about? We have the Knight of Pentacles to the Empress and the Hanging Man. That's Pisces and Libra Taurus here. And with the Hanging Man, I've got the Star, the Eight of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Well, I think somebody is looking back. You may look back over your shoulder and realize, I need to make something right. Or you need to send messages and be honest, like, I want this to get better quickly. Some of you have high blood pressure that you really could get under control, but only if you change lifestyle, medication maybe. There could have been a triangulation because this looks like sneaking around and cheating to a degree, but this looks like a mature woman. I don't really know what's going on here. Looking back over the shoulder, staying close to an Empress, realizing you're in a situation you don't want to be in. You want it to get better. You're going to send a lot of messages, heartbreak, worry, sadness. You could get some bad news about someone. I think you want to handle something in a different way than you are, but you don't feel like you have any other choice but to handle it this way. There's desperation either around you or coming from within you. Remember that it's time to look in the mirror and be grounded. There isn't going to be a rescue. You could create things that you're proud of if you have the right environment and network of support, in particular for my entrepreneurs, but it's going to take quite a bit of work, and you need to stay focused on the second house, how much you're bringing in, how much someone else is bringing in. There is a boundaries card here about messages that you're receiving. Someone is going to dangle a carrot to the other person. Yeah, for financial ties. Someone can't let anyone get close. Trying to be healed and strong. I should have listened. Now I'm seeing a different side of you. Okay. It's really time to see other people for who they really are. It's also important to see yourself for who you really are. Scorpios are good at that. Like, y'all are not afraid of your own darkness. You're not afraid of your own shadow side. You know that it's trying to tell you something. And you're also really good at seeing other people's shadow sides too. You glean a lot of information. So what's going on with someone in the environment? A new direction. I don't think of you that way, but then grooming narrative to you're a good friend. They're dangling a carrot. This person's going through healing. Their old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. They do want to forgive and be forgiven. Forgiveness. They want to forgive themselves and others and move forward, but there's something strictly sexual about this connection. You need to have boundaries. They want boundaries too. They want to go in a new direction, and they're going to tell you they don't think of you the same way you think of them. Maybe you're going to say to them, I'm going in a new direction. I don't think of you in that way. But watch out for doing like a grooming narrative where you're like, but we're still friends. They may groom you to just put you in the friend. They may groom you into the friend zone in some way. And Spirit's saying, frankly, you know, it's just dating and friends, and y'all need to be really grounded, look yourself in the mirror and work some stuff out with abundance and money. Yeah, I know that's kind of harsh. Because like this person, it's kind of weird. I kind of get the sense that it's one of those I hate you, don't leave me things. Like they know that you want to approach them and talk to them. I do think that you're going to say to this person, you know, I really want to stand here and be here with you. And I'm seeing everything for what it really is now. I have a lot of hope, but I'm going to send you messages to tell you this is just too heartbreaking. But I do hope you get better. I want to get better. I want to be grounded and stable, mature. I'm also hearing that an older feminine might have given you some very good advice. Make sure you follow that advice. Because this person is not really a viable option. They're going to groom you to just friend zone you, but they are not going to keep all their focus on you. Because they're the way they see themselves is the Three of Swords, and the way they feel is the Moon. Okay, so confusion, illusion, unsure, lack of clarity, heavy cyclical emotions, pessimism, heartbreak. This person could be sick, or they could just be confused about what actually is happening. But their action towards you is the Page of Wands, which is, hey, what's up? But it's also squirrel. Like, oh yeah, you're a good friend. I clarified the Page of Wands. It's like, I mean, this all hurts me, but I'm going to go distract myself and have fun. Two of Wands, I have two paths to choose. One of them involves Scorpio, the other one does not. I can't get Scorpio off my mind, but I'm also guarded against them. It's like, do you want to talk to Scorpio or not? What's actually happening here? This person might be throwing you for a loop, confusing you. I mean, I do have the Seven of Cups here and the Nine of Wands. There's anger. It's like, watch out for what's going on here, Scorpio, because it's like this person's going to send you a grooming narrative like, hey, you're a good friend to me. Or if you're dangling a carrot and saying, hey, we're friends, they're like, no offense, but not really. Like, you distract me away from other things, but I still don't really want to talk to you. I don't really want to open up. I do think about you, but I also think about other stuff. And this is just hurting me. You may really wish things were different, but I wouldn't knock yourself out trying to get this person's attention, Scorpio, because Spirit seems to think that it's not that serious of a relationship, and it's important not to do rescue missions with people. This might be a week where you're like, I need to get really grounded and get really real with myself. Like, I can't be asking somebody for a rescue. I don't want them asking me for a rescue. I want to push upward and figure out how to repair damage and rebuild abundance on my own. I don't need these unenduring relationships coming in with people who aren't healed, and we still need firm boundaries. There is going to be messages and communication between the two of you. Not sure who's going to send what. But I don't know that this person is the answer, because honestly, Scorpio, I think you're going to say to them, I'm here when you want me. And this is them sneaking off to talk to other people. You were the Empress, though. You were the Empress. I think you want to help them, but I think you also know that you kind of can't, because every time you give them an inch, they take a mile. This relationship has been filled with some extremes, and it needs to get back into balance with a steady, even pace. Be open to dating, fun, vacation, and all of that, and just match this person's energy with realistic expectations. Yeah, this was tough. This was the tough message. I hope it resonates. I hope you guys don't want to kill me now. And if it does resonate, I hope it helps, Scorpio. That's all I want to do is help you, because I absolutely adore you guys. I'm a huge fan of you people. Thanks for being here with me, Scorpio. I'm always listening to the universe for you. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.